Okay, my name is Maddalena and I'm a designer.
And I'm Isabella, I'm a photographer.
And we work together in this space that is a co-working space, and it is a space dedicated to creativity. And here we make our work, then now we will explain to you. And so we can start with the asks, the questions.
Okay, so first question. Could you give us some information about yourselves and your backgrounds? What were you doing before establishing your own business?
Yeah, my background. My father was an art teacher, so art was a big part of my life from my childhood. When I was 14, I found an old camera in our attic, and I started to try to understand how it worked by myself. So it was like love at first sight. With my camera, I could show to everyone my point of view, my vision. So then I always studied art, but from high school to university, but not a specific photography school, always art school, and just single courses of photography and a lot of practice. And this gives me a wider artistic culture that was really helpful for my work. And then I always loved to work. When I was a student, I worked as waitress, babysitter, museum educator, and photographer, of course.
And I was a creative since I was 3 years old. My mother said says, sorry, my English is not perfect, but I try to do the best. And my mother says that I spend all my time drawing, creating, inventing, dancing, acting. So I always knew that creativity could be my job. And so I start to improve my creativity power, studying industrial design in Florence and then visual arts in Venice, and making a lot of workshops in cinema, in theater, in public art, and in graphic, trying to improve my creativity in 316 degrees. I don't know if it's okay in English, see if it's okay. But what I understand, one of the most important things that I understand during my trip in the creativity is that creativity is not simply an instrument to express what you have inside or to communicate something, but it's an instrument that you can use to change the society. Because when you put an image, a photo, a video, a graphic in the society, you are creating, you are condividere, sharing a different point of view of reality, your point of view, and so create, stimulate, it's okay, stimulate a new behavior or a moment of reflection. So you can change a behavior, you can change a reflection, and so you can change the society. So for me, it's very important, this point, and for this reason I started to focus in public design and sustainable design, and so this is my background.
How did you decide to do your own business?
I always felt I couldn't work for someone else, with someone else's rules, because my work is a very big part of my life, and give it in someone else's hands means for me to give my life in someone else's hands. So when people started to say they will pay me for my photos, I understood maybe it was the time I had to try. So then I can't explain the big emotion I had when the first client walked the door of my first studio, and ask me to do a job for him, because I understood, okay, it's everything true. There is someone that wants my photos, and something that I create with my creativity and my abilities. It's really beautiful feelings.
And yes, I decided I decided that creativity had to be my job simply because I understand that people need my creativity. I'm a creative person and I offer my creativity to the people. So I started to work as a product designer and making objects, a video maker, making videos, and a visual communicator, making graphic design. And what I understand is that it's not important the market, but it's important the link with the person. There's Victor Papanek, that is a very interesting designer from the 70s, that says the most important thing about design is its relationship with people and not with markets. Okay, this is the very important thing. And I understand that this project that I make, and I focus a lot of what I call the cultural sostenibilità culturale.
Cultural sustainability.
Cultural sustainability. Okay, in Italy it's very simple. Sostenibilità culturale. Okay, it's simple in Italian. And in that way I focus in the relationships with the people and not with the market. For me it's very important how the project make a relation with the people and not with the market. This is the focus, and I understand that people need this focus, a focus that is not focused in the profit, in the market. This. Non l'ho detto molto bene, ma spero che si è capito, perché non è facile. It's very difficult to explain this concept in English, so but I hope that it's clear. If it's not clear, please. Maddalena, I don't understand nothing, and I try to explain better. Okay, thank you.
Okay, how do you see the entrepreneurship climate in your country and in the world?
Ok, to be an entrepreneur, è proprio difficilissima sta cosa. Come si dice? Come?
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
A business
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
A businesswoman, maybe, yes.
Businesswoman. Esageriamo.
Okay, riparo. To be an entrepreneur in Italy is quite difficult. Nobody helps you. You have almost no rights, and the taxes are really heavy. So many of the time there are no connection between the hours you work and the money you earn. To be an entrepreneur in Italy, you have to be brave, humble, you have to work very hard and love your work really much. Yeah. But this is my country, I love it, I want to live and work here, so I don't want to give up. And also if sometimes it's really hard. Abroad, I don't know, I know that in North Europe and United States there are better conditions, for sure. What I think in wider terms about an enterprise nowadays in the world, I think that crisis had a bright side. That was this. Before, people had guaranteed work, and you have to be insane to leave everything to do to follow your dreams. Now, lot of people just say, okay, I don't have anything to lose, so I want to try to do what always I wanted to do, and this is a really beautiful thing. I think that to be an entrepreneur, you have to be a dreamer.
Ok, mi ha rubato un sacco di roba, tu c'hai ragione. And what I want to focus, yeah, I agree with you. Italy, it's a country full of potentialities because of its cultural, artistic heritage, and Italian people are so creative, but the problem is this, that there is no investment in culture now in Italy. And there are the tax and the bureaucracy that kill the startup. So for this reason, to be an entrepreneur, you have to be a dreamer. This is the truth. And and for this reason, a lot of my friends and a lot of people escape from this country, and it's very it's sad for me because I love this country, but this is the reality now. And I know that in the rest of the world, I think there are better places where you can start your activity. But what I said before, the Papanek quote, the most important thing about design is its relationship with people. Well, I could say the most important thing about entrepreneurship is its relationship with people, and not with the market or with the profit, because this is the truth. This is the focus that we have now in the entire world. And for this reason I say, okay, maybe there are places where I can start my activities better than here, but the future is not shining in all the world, because if we don't find a sustainable way to a sustainable market, it's impossible to find a right way to go on, because so Italy is not good, but maybe in the future all the world the situation not will be better than this. So we stay here in Italy and we try to do the best here.
How is it to be an entrepreneur as a woman? Did you face negative or positive sides of it?
Okay, to be an entrepreneur as a woman in Italy, it's also harder. We don't have the rights employees have. So if, for example, we want to have children, we have to know that we don't have moms at home or a part-time. And it's very hard. There are also positive sides, of course, but it depends on your field. In photography, for example, I can say that women prefer a female photographer because they feel more relaxed and at ease. And this is an advantage for me, for example.
And so I'm a freelance mom, and in Italy, freelance and mom are two words in war, totally in war, because we don't have safeguards. So if I'm ill, if my daughter she's ill, I hope no, but maybe one time will happen, I hope no. But this is a great problem, because if you love your work, as me, you don't have the possibility, you have a lot of difficulty to take care of your baby as you really want, because you love your work, but you love your baby. And in Italy, this is not possible. And for me, it's very difficult. This is a very, Isabella knows how it's hard for me, this point. And another negative point is that in my field, and most of all in industrial design, because when you design this kind of project, you have to study, you have to sit in table with a lot of people that speaks about the industry, engineering of products, and all are men. So when you are you come in this table, you have to you have to deserve your professional role, cioè devi dimostrare, non so, devi dimostrare la tua professionalità. Non so.
Demonstrate your professional.
Demonstrate, yes, because okay, I'm a designer, but I'm a woman, and I have to demonstrate that I'm a designer, woman designer, you know? Because when you come a man, okay, you're a designer, okay, no, you're a woman, I'm a woman and I'm a designer, so I have to work the double, okay? Because this field, it's very, if you think about the world of industrial design, there is Patricia Urquiola, for example, and she's Spanish. But look to the the world of the industrial design, and tell me an industrial designer woman. It's not simple. Famous, eh? I'm just... Okay, what is the positive point? That I think that a woman has an approach different from a man. Not better, I'm just not saying that. I want to say that a woman have an interdisciplinary, sensible point of view that helps the project to go in a better way sometimes, you know, in a different way. So if a woman, the role of the woman is recognized by everyone, a woman can do really very interesting projects, because you know, the two sides of the apple, if there is the man and the woman working together, is the best, but both are very important. So I think that in these fields, but in the cultural fields, the woman point of view, it's complete, and it's 100 sfumature di grigio, no? Il famoso libro, no? Perché c'è le sfumature, degrees, no?
The shades.
Com'è?
Shades.
Shades. More shades, this.
Do you think being an entrepreneur as a woman is different in your country than the world?
Yes, I think so. I know, for example, that in North Europe there are more facilitations and benefits for women workers, but also in other countries maybe it's worse for sure. I really hope something will change in Italy because it's not fair to choose between family and work. This is the point.
As I said, it's very difficult to be an entrepreneur and a mother in Italy. But in Italy you can decide to do that. Okay, I want to be a mom. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur and a mom. But as you know, there are a lot of countries when a woman can't decide nothing of her life. So here in Italy I can decide. I have a lot of difficulties, but I can decide. So this is the important thing, that now here we can decide to do what we want to do. Even if with a lot of difficulties, but we can decide to do that. So I feel lucky to live here.